Hello. I thought it might be fun to come on here because today is, in fact, in my book, the ultimate reset day. And I did not have my May goals video ready for you, but I finished up my May goals on my power sheets this morning. And I was like, oh, I could sit down and I can film a video and I can get it uploaded tomorrow. But where's the fun in that? It is, in fact, Monday and the first of the month. And so I've been diving deep into setting up for these goals, getting excited about these goals, and getting excited for the potential of this month. So I was like, I really want to get this video up today. So we're here. We're here with my monthly goals live because why the heck not? Right? So, for those of you that don't know, I use the Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets as my goal planner. And every month we do monthly action items, which are action items that like it's a progress bar or a single one-off type situation, things that you do one and done. And then you have weekly action items, which are the same list of items that you are supposed to repeat every single week. And then, of course, you have daily action items, which are essentially your daily habits. So first, I'm actually flipped into May here, but I want to go back and look at April and let you know how I did on my April goals. You can see the blue progress bars up here. So I didn't do too shabby on some of them. So let's just dive right in. Monthly action items. Lean into simplicity and slowing is definitely something I did in the month of April. April kind of was a month that got shaken up a little bit, if you will. We did have to go down to Florida for my husband's grandfather's funeral, and we ended up down there for 10 days. And in that period of time, the first chunk of everything was busy, busy, go, 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 families in town, three little boys running around preparing for the funeral and the events and all of the things, going through the emotional stuff of actually having those events and whatnot. And then from the middle of the week onward was the exact opposite. And I did basically nothing. Basically nothing. There was no working out that happened. I think I cooked once while I was there for those 10 days. Everything else was like leftovers from the funeral that we had catered in and going out to eat on various occasions and leftovers from when we went out to eat on the various occasions. I did not work out. I slept and I didn't even get to sleep in because my husband was working in our bedroom because his sister was also in town and that's usually where he works is in his sister's room. So everything was just kind of this conglomeration of go, 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 and then exhaustion and just kind of stop. So I would say that even in that instance of those 5 days alone, I definitely leaned into the whole simplicity and slowing and all of that because, that's literally what I did. I was like, "You know what? I'm exhausted. I'm in Florida. Let me just be. Let me just take it all in. Let me allow myself to be tired. Let me allow myself to recover, and life will go on once we get back home." So that's exactly what I did. So I gave myself the check mark in the full progress bar because I wasn't exactly sure when I set the goal to begin with what that goal was supposed to look like. So I gave myself a yes. Go on a walk with no headphones. In that, this was in an effort to get outside and again embrace the quieting. The stuff that you're hearing in this, the simplicity, the quieting, the slowing, is all from this book by John Mark Comer called "The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry." It was an absolutely excellent read. I highly recommend it, and it really put things on my heart to want to change some of the things that were mentioned in that book, which is why I keep talking about it. And one of the things is like silence and slowing. And what was the other? It's like it's silence, it's not isolation, or it's solitude. That's what it is. Solitude, not isolation. And so one of the ways that I thought it could be clever to get some specific isolation, like time with God alone, is to go for a walk outside in nature with no headphones on. Usually I have my headphones on and I'm sitting there, listening to a podcast, listening to an audiobook, or even just listening to music, but there's always noise happening in my head. And so I was like, what if I left the headphones at home and forced myself to sit in and walk in the silence of nature? I was like, oh, that seems like an easy way to embrace this. So I went on this walk, I did the thing, and it felt pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Research the Mediterranean diet. I did that. I did that whole hog. We have all the ingredients to do the Mediterranean diet. We've got nuts, we've got meat, we've got fish, we've been doing fruits, we've been doing vegetables, and I'm very excited to see where leaning into the more Mediterranean lifestyle leads us. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really good for us. Watch a musical. We did, in fact, watch a musical. The sad part is I checked it off and I can't remember which one we actually watched. I mean, we did it twice technically because the new month starts today and we actually had friends over the weekend and we watched Rent, but that's not why I checked it off. And now I can't. Oh, Hamilton, I think. I think we watched Hamilton. I can't remember which musical we watched. How sad is that? We watched Six at some point, Six the musical. We watched Hamilton, or at least most of Hamilton, and we watched Rent. I don't remember why I checked off the box though. That's horrible. I should have written it down. Plan one date night. I did that. Stay tracking and moving while in Florida. I did not do that. Not even a little. I didn't even partially shade in that bar. That bar just remained empty. Finish my half-read books. I finished 2 of my 3 half-read books, and that is not so bad. I still have to finish The Lazy Genius Kitchen, but other than that, I finished all of the books that I had half-read, which was awesome. My weekly action items. Take a Sabbath day. I did every single week. A Mediterranean diet meal plan. I did the first 2 weeks, but I did not do I did the check marks wrong, actually. While we were in Florida, 2 weeks were missing while we were in Florida. 2 uploads per week. I did do. And then my daily action items. Quiet time happened up until our Florida trip. And then once I got back, I have not been great about picking it back up again. I've been sitting and doing quiet things in my chair, like reading, but I haven't like picked up a new Bible study or anything like that. Oh, and so for the same thing, Bible study. My Bible study ran through Easter that was currently working on. It was my Lenten Bible study, but I have not picked up a new one yet. I know which one I'm going to pick up. It's sitting on that shelf of my desk, and it is a 14-day study from She Reads Truth, all about the Sabbath, which ties in beautifully to the stuff that I'm learning learned in the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Tracking was going great until Florida. Read every day. I checked off like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of the 30 days. I have found that with myself, if I write down, read with an expectation of how long I'm going to read for 30 minutes, read every day, read, with a certain set of goals in mind, I don't do it. I don't do it. But for the last week or so, I have not. So actually, technically, I guess I could check off these last couple of days because I've been reading all of this past week. Every morning I got up, I sat in my chair. So it's actually more than that. Oh, that's good. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I guess I can give myself about half the month. um, but when I don't put like a specific goal on it, then I start to do it. Like 30 minutes a day every day. No, that doesn't work for me. But when I'm just like, I feel like sitting and reading, then I'll sit down and I'll read for an hour at a time. It doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense. I just don't know. And then get up at my alarm. I did that all month long because I really didn't have a choice. So that one I actually succeeded in. So that was how I did on my April goals. Technically speaking, I didn't do too bad, all things considered, which is really great. So now let's move on to my May goals, which I actually color coded, except for down here because they're all for the same color code. I color code based on, where is my goals sheet? I don't even know. I have my list of annual goals that have colors with them. And so I will color code the goals to the corresponding annual or quarterly goal that it is related to. So that being said, let's talk about my May goals. I'm so excited for May. I'm so excited for today. I'm feeling really good. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. It is officially going to become spring weather this week. We have a thriving social calendar this month. I just feel like good things are happening. Good things are happening. We're home for the entire month. We don't have anywhere that we need to go, which means that like any traveling that we need to do, which means that I can just really buckle down and do the things and accomplish things. And it feels really good to even know that I have that potential to do those things. So first, we're starting off with No Way May, which in hindsight, now I should have put in the little description box, which I currently no longer have control over, unfortunately. I'm running a challenge, which actually is what my video last week was all about, the No Way May challenge, where today I got on the scale, I stepped on the scale, and I'm not stepping on the scale again until June 1st. The entire month, the focus on my health and wellness journey has nothing to do with the number on the scale, but exclusively to do with a focus on the steps that you need to take in order to get the results, which, in all honesty, is how a fitness journey is supposed to run anyway, right? It's not about getting the number on the scale. The way you get to the number on the scale is by accomplishing the daily tasks that equal a reduction in the number on the scale. You can't just be like, oh, I'm losing weight, and then poof, the number goes, right? You have to do things actively every single day in order to accomplish that goal. So the scale is going to go down whether you're looking at it or not. So in order to take away some of for the lack of a better term, the power, I pride myself on being somebody who has managed to kind of get over giving the scale the power, but I wanted to just toss it aside because even though I'm much better about, like, if the number on the scale was undeserved, I will get, be like, oh, that was rude. And I'll be upset about it for like 30 or 90 seconds, but like, so not a long time at all. But I don't even want to give myself the opportunity to be mad about it. I just want to be like, look, if I don't have a visual result in that there's a number on the scale that is moving in the direction I would like, what happens if I just do the work without stepping on the scale? Right? What happens if I just trust the process and have faith that the actions I'm doing are the right actions? And then at the end of the month, I can see how my cumulative actions resulted in this number on the scale. That's the whole point of the challenge, and I'm really excited. And I have very specific things that I'm tracking every single day in this month-long challenge. And of course, there are things that I pretty much track already anyway, but it's good to give extra emphasis and extra focus to these things, and I will get to those things when I'm down at the daily action items. So, No Way May is monthly action item one. Number two is finish the book How Not to Die, or yeah, How Not to Diet. It is the book that was written after How Not to Die, and it's very interesting so far. It is an almost 600-page book. I did not realize when I picked it up. It's on Kindle Unlimited, which I subscribe to, so it was right there. It's a 600-page book. I'm already like 2 hours into it, and I feel like I've barely made a dent, but the information that I've been getting from it so far has been top notch, excellent. So I'm really excited to read the whole thing and be able to have a clear picture of the information that I want to take, that I find useful, that I find valuable. And of course, there are things that I'm going to leave behind as well. I believe that this particular author doesn't have the belief that like meat and protein is wildly important, and I am of the belief that things like that are really important. So of course, like, I'm still going to do what I believe is right with my nutrition training and the way my body has proved that protein is an essential part of health, longevity, stamina, fat loss, all of those things. And so there will be some things that I'm sure I'll be like, not for me. But there's already been some really convincing information, especially in the realm of like fiber and things like that, that is really, it's really exciting, and it's really valuable information that I'm excited to learn more about. So that is one of my reading goals for the month, is just to finish that book. And like I said, I've already put several hours into this book, so that shouldn't be too hard. Spend 1 hour playing the piano. I put my Broadway Nook back together after we packed up some of it, thinking we were going to move a few months ago. And so I finally unpacked it, set it back up, turned on my piano, sat down and played it the other night while my husband was watching hockey. And I was like, man, I need to do this more. And since I have a quarterly goal of rekindling my involvement in music in some way, this felt like a really solid thing to do. And I can sit down and lose myself at the piano for an hour really easy. One sitting, super simple. Declutter 25 things. Go through and find 25 things that I can either donate, get rid of, give away, whatever the case may be. We're just in the middle of decluttering and cleaning and all of those things, and I want to continue the momentum that we have. Content batching week. I am home this month, like I said, and I have a very full and very specific calendar. There are days that I have a whole bunch of appointments and things. So it's very clear to me when I'm available to work and when I am not. And so I want to take advantage of the week in my cycle that I am most communicative and when it comes to clarity and enthusiasm and energy. And for those of you that follow cycle syncing, you know that is within your ovulatory phase. Mine's in the middle of the month, and now is actually not. I'm in PMS phase right now. So 2 weeks from now, I want to sit down, I want to have a plan, and I want to actually content batch. I content batched a bit when we were getting ready to go to Florida for the funeral. And the result was I didn't have to work for 2 weeks. The whole time I was down there, I did not do a single piece of YouTube work. And it was amazing. And I was like, if I work ahead, I can have a schedule like this every single month. I just got to do the work. And so, like, this is going to start helping me get the ball rolling into content batching mode again. Raise $500 for the CMT walk. This is really exciting and also something I haven't put in the description bar, so I will have to put it in there later. I got an email not too long ago from a member of the CMTA, the Charcot-Marie Tooth Association. For those of you that don't know, CMT, Charcot-Marie Tooth Disease, is the disease that I have. It is a peripheral nerve disease, and it is a degenerative disease, blah, 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 blah. I'm a disabled human being, and I got reached out saying, hey, the CMTA is coming to the Minneapolis area. And they actually invited me to like this big reception thing happening at this really nice restaurant, conveniently really close to my house, which is awesome. And they were like, would you like to come to this? And then the following day, this is happening on a Friday night. And then that Saturday, we're having a local walk for CMT. I'm like, so think like Relay for Life, but you're raising money for Charcot-Marie Tooth Association for my disease and research for my disease to help find treatments and a cure and maybe hopefully a way to stop the progression of this progressive disease. I am so stinking stoked about that. And so I was like, absolutely. The reception has one of the leading doctors in the field of CMT research coming to it. Like, I am pumped about this. And so I signed up for the race. I donated. Hi, Lissa. I donated and all of those things. And I want to raise more money. So after I'm done with this live, I'm going to make sure I put that link in the description box for you. If you are interested into contributing to my walk for CMT, I would really appreciate the support. I'm going to walk my booty off. I have no idea how long the walk actually is. I'm like, am I signing up for a mile walk, a 5K, a 10K? I have no idea. I have no idea how far we're walking or what we're doing. Is it however many laps you can? Don't know, but my husband and I are both doing it, and I'm really excited about it. So if you want to donate, the link will be down in the description box below on the replay of this video. So my goal is to raise $500. Clean the baseboards. So we have been killing it in the cleaning department. Like, I do not have any housework that I need to do this week. The one thing that we have not been doing is we need to get the blinds cleaned, which is my husband's job, not mine. And we need to get the baseboards done, which can be my job. So this month, my goal is to get down on my hands and knees and clean all of the baseboards in our house. The one I did was 1 mile or whatever you can. Oh, interesting. And I was like, is it only a mile? Like, that's gonna be like 20-minute walk for me. I'll be in my braces. I'll be hustling. But I'm very excited merely at the idea of meeting other people with CMT in my area. I think that is, I'm so excited about that alone. So excited about it. And then my other reading goal is to read a fiction book. I actually got, oh shoot, my computer's in the way. Hang on. Oh, I got this. This is the Cultivate What Matters reading journal, and I love it. I think it is beautiful. I think it is awesome. I think it's functional. And they have a whole list here. That's your TBR list, your to be read list. And I filled in one of my goals for the year is to read the books that I have on my bookshelf that I have not read. I wrote them all in here. So I have, and I have a habit tracker that I need to, I have to fill in all my habits because I've been reading for so much. I have them all in here. And I have a lot of fiction books because of my participation in Book of the Month last year. And I need to read them. So I have one nonfiction book and one fiction book that I will have going at the same time. Okay, getting long-winded here, people. The people tracking laps miscounted, so I did one lap multiple times. I just kept going until everyone seemed to be done. That's one way to do it, definitely. Weekly action items. These are the items that my goal is to do every single week, starting with date night, right? The whole marriage related goal for the quarter is to date my husband. We want to go out. We want to do things. We want to do new things. We want to do fun things. We just need to get out there and go and do and experience and enjoy one another's company. Because it's very different. Like, I enjoy his company every day. We've been watching hockey. I'll sit with him while he watches hockey. By the way, sidebar, the Panthers knocked out the Bruins last night in one of the biggest upsets in NHL history. Oh my gosh, Gracie could feel the adrenaline in the room as my husband and I were watching this game in overtime. And she just stood there and she's like, "Why? What?" Because like she could sense Eric's anxiety throughout the entire game. I only pay attention during the last halves of the games. So I started paying attention during the third period. Then it went to overtime and I paid attention the whole time. But oh my gosh, it was awesome. So we will do like those things together. We watch Castle together, but it's different than like intentionally getting dressed up, look a little nicer, go out and do something that's not part of the normal every day. So, date night. Every week, I want to work through a module in one of the courses I've been taking. I have a handful that I'm taking, and I just need to. I've gotten behind in them thanks to the Florida trip. I was doing so well on one of them. Like, I was up to date and, like finishing the module before the next module came out, and I was doing great. And then I went to Florida and it all went to crap. So, is what it is. 2 videos a week, which is just my standard YouTube consistency goal. Taking a Sabbath day every single week, and then eat fish because I'm on the Mediterranean diet ish now, and fish is a primary part of that. So I want to make sure that I cook up some fish every single week. And then my daily action items. Excellent. I love that. I love that you were being laughed by a kid in braces. That's fabulous. Okay, my daily action items are actually all the items that I'm focusing on for the No Way May challenge. And I actually don't have all of them written down here. Where did I put them all? I have like 4 different places that I'm tracking things. Oh, trying to grab this without knocking things down. There we go. I think this was the planner I did it in. Yes. I made myself a nifty little habit tracker in my Erin Condren Daily Duo with my little dot markers for every single habit that I'm focused on. So let's see. Calories. So I have a calorie goal that I'm trying to reach. I get the check mark if I make the calorie goal. Protein goal, same thing. My protein goal is at least 130 grams of protein in a day. If I reach that goal, I earn the check mark. Fiber. My goal is at least 35 grams of fiber every day. And I can already check off day 1 because it's not even dinner time yet. And I have done that. I'm very proud of that. Water, 128 ounces. I'm currently sitting pretty at 90 and it is just after 4 p.m. Not too shabby. Sleep, 8 hours. 8 hours at least. Sleep is a critical part, a critical element of a weight loss journey, and people discount it. And it should not be discounted. It should actually be prioritized as one of the number ones. So, sleep. And then steps. At least bare minimum is 8K, 8,000, but the goal is 10,000. And just for funsies, I am at 75. Actually, that's a funny number, 75. And so I'm almost there for that. But those are the daily action items that I'm focused on achieving each and every day. I did not put weight training or like exercise down because I don't intentionally exercise every single day. I take rest days. So as long as I get the step goal, I'm good. But there is also a goal of 4 days a week at least, maybe 5, with the exception being when my period starts, which should happen sometime this week. So I don't really know. I'm weight training up until at least my period starts. If I feel good, I'll weight train straight through my period. It's fine. But I didn't want to write that down as a daily action item because I, in fact, was not planning on doing it every day. So, all right, my friends, there you go. Those are my May goals. I am so excited for this month. I can't even tell you. It just feels like after the chaos of being in Florida and then coming home, and like it took a while to really ground myself again. And my husband was experiencing it too because we went from getting swamped with allergies to going to Florida and getting different allergies and being around sick children and being around a whole bunch of strangers. Like, heaven only knows if we contracted something. But when I got home, I was struggling for another week with, like, I really only started to be able to go to bed without the help of any decongestants. You want to know when the first night was? Last night. Last night was the first night since we've been home from Florida that I did not have some sort of decongestant in my system. And so that's how bad it's been. That is how, and that is not without my multiple allergy medications and nose sprays. Like, it has been brutal. So I finally feel like I'm myself again after that whole allergy, maybe a sickness, but I can't really tell, induced haze, which just makes the May 1st reset day feel all that more special. So that's all I've got for you. I thought it would be fun. I really wanted to get this video up on May 1st, and I was like, by the time I sit down and I film it and I edit it and I upload it, I'm not gonna have any time to do everything else that I need to do tonight. So live it was. So I hope you guys liked this video. All the links to the things I said will be in the description below shortly. And happy May, my friends. Let me know some of the things that you're working on in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.